Now let's walk through how we actually add a room and capture window measurements inside the app. In this example, we're working inside a residential job, and we're going to add a formal living room. You'll see that with one click from our most commonly used room names, the room name is automatically populated, and the form opens starting with window A. Before we begin measuring, you'll notice that we can toggle the mount type at the top of the form. This lets us switch between inside mount and outside mount. When we select inside mount, that tells us we're capturing measurements inside the window frame, the 3 widths and 3 heights needed to fit a product inside the opening. If we switch to outside mount, that indicates we're taking measurements from the outside of the window frame, which is what we use when mounting the product on the wall or trim. With our laser connected, we can now start capturing our measurements. As we take each measurement, the value automatically transfers into the app. You'll notice the form is organized from top to bottom, and the cursor automatically moves to the next measurement field. So if you follow the same measuring pattern every time, you can move very quickly through the window. Once we've captured our 3 widths and 3 heights, this is a good moment to talk about the highlighting feature. You'll see that the app automatically highlights the minimum width and the maximum height. This is extremely helpful when dealing with windows that aren't perfectly square, which in reality is most windows. Let's look at a couple quick examples. Imagine a window that is narrower at the top and wider at the bottom. In this situation, the product has to fit inside the narrowest part of the opening so it can move up and down properly. That means the top width would be the dimension used to size the product. Now consider the opposite scenario, a window that's wider at the top and narrower at the bottom. In this case, if you size the product using the top measurement, it might only travel a few inches before hitting the frame and binding. So the correct dimension would be the bottom width, where the opening is smallest. The highlighting inside the app makes these decisions very easy to see at a glance. You'll also notice a visual at the bottom of the screen showing a small window diagram with the 3 widths and heights. The highlighting carries over into that view as well, giving you another quick visual confirmation. Next, we capture the window depth. This is often measured using a tape measure because many windows are too shallow for the laser to work accurately. If you're using the Recon T1, you can capture this digitally as well. Otherwise, you can simply type the value in manually. When we enter the dimension using the keypad, for example, 5 3/4 inches, the cursor automatically moves down to the next field. If we scroll down a bit further, you'll also see that the app automatically calculates the square footage of the window. This can be helpful as a quick reference when pricing products that are based on square footage. Below that, we have 2 sections, Notes and Installation Instructions. The Notes section is typically used for product details or anything related to the order. The Installation Instructions section is where you leave guidance for your installer team. When entering notes, you can also use voice to text. If you've ever used voice typing on your phone, it works the same way here. Simply tap the microphone and speak your notes. Each note field allows up to 1,100 characters, giving you plenty of room to capture details. Next, we can attach photos. When we tap the Add Picture icon, we can choose to add an image either from the camera or from the photo gallery. In this example, we'll select one from the gallery. Once the photo is imported, you'll notice a small green edit icon in the top corner. If we tap that, we can open the drawing tool and mark directly on the image. For example, we might use a red pen to mark existing wall damage or other conditions that should be documented before installation. At this point, we've successfully captured and configured window A. When we press Save and Next, the app saves the window and automatically moves us forward so we can continue measuring the next window in the room.